Hi all. Today we start discussing abstract algebra. So we dedicate the first 2 or 3 days for some for discussing some revision topics. We can call this as bridge course. So we start with some definitions you have studied in your UG first and second year classes. So we start with the definition set. So these are the definitions. So we write the definition. A set is a well-defined collection of objects. So this is the definition of a set, and we know there are so many examples are there. Set of all real numbers, set of all natural numbers, set of all rational numbers, etc. And there are some collections are there which does not form a set or does not satisfy the condition or the definition of a set. So that is the collection of all intelligent students in your class. So that will not make a definite collection. So we will not consider that as a set. The second definition is relation. You know, there are so many set operations can be performed on sets. So you might have revised those things in your in these days. So we write a relation using one of those operations on the set. So that is next is a relation. A relation between sets A and B is a subset. We denote that subset as R of A cross B. So this is what we call any subset of A cross B is called a relation. We read an element say B belongs to R as A is related to B. Okay, and we write this situation as A related to B. Okay, so this is the second definition. So this is the first one, and this is the second definition. Next we have definition of a function. A function phi mapping x into y is a relation between x and y with the property that each x belongs to x appears as the first member of exactly one ordered pair xy in phi. Okay, so in phi, in fact, this phi is a subset of x cross y because it is a relation, and if you observe the relation, then there should exist exactly one ordered pair starting with x, and there will be at least one ordered pair starting with x, and that is exactly 1. Okay, so this is the definition of a function. In this case, we call this x as the domain of the function and y as the codomain of the function, and the range of this phi is phi of x, capital X. This consists of set of all phi of x such that x belongs to x. So this is the definition of a range of this phi. Next definition is cardinality. Cardinality is the number of elements, the number of elements in X, elements in a set X is the cardinality, of the set X. Okay. Often we denote cardinality of X as this absolute value of X. This denotes if this capital X is a set, then this denotes the cardinality of X, or you can use hash of X. That is also a symbol for cardinality, hash of X. Okay, or you can write number of X. So these are some symbols used to denote the cardinality of a set X. Next definition is one-to-one function. A function is said to be one-to-one if that function is phi, then if it satisfies the condition phi of x1 equal to phi of x2 only when x1 equal to x2. So that is the definition of one-to-one function. That is, a function phi from x to y is one-to-one if phi1 of x1 equal phi of x1 equal to phi of x2 only when this x1 equal to x2. Next definition is onto function. This is onto function, definition of onto function. The function phi from x to y is onto if range of this phi is same as y. Okay, so range phi which is equal to phi of capital X, we already defined that is equal to y. If codomain and this range coincide, then we can say that function is onto function. Next is a bijection. A bijection is a function which is both 1,1 and onto. Okay, so that means if you consider a function from a function phi from this is a function, we consider a function phi from x to y is a bijection if phi is 1,1 and onto, 1-to-1 and onto, 1-to-1 as well as onto. Okay, so in this case we can call this function as a 1-to-1 correspondence between x and y. If we use the word correspondence, that denotes 1-1 and onto functions. Okay, 1-to-1 function is a function which satisfies this condition, but for a bijection we call that as a 1-to-1 correspondence between x and y. Okay, so if this phi is 1-to-1 correspondence between x and y, that means this phi is a 1-to-1 and onto function. Now we can define same cardinality of two sets. Two sets x and y have same cardinality if there exists a 1-to-1 function mapping x onto y. Okay, in other words, we can say that x and y have the same cardinality if and only if there is a 1-to-1 correspondence between x and y. Okay, the existence of bijection means the correspondence, there should exist a correspondence between x and y. Okay, 1-to-1 correspondence between x and y. So this is the case when where we take x and y have the same cardinality. A partition of a set S is a collection of non-empty subsets of S such that every element of S is in exactly one of the subsets. So this is the next definition. Partition, it's a collection of non-empty subsets of S. Okay, so in the other words, we can say that the union of these subsets makes S, and each of these subsets are pair-wise disjoint. So that is the definition of partition. Another definition of another way of saying this definition, and we call those subsets subsets in a partition as cells. Okay, so these subsets are called cells of the partition. And now we classify relation. First we define reflexive relation. A relation R on a set A. So this, for a reflexive relation we need to choose a relation on a set A, that is a relation from A to itself. That is called reflexive if A related to A for all A belongs to A. Okay, so this is the definition of reflexive relation. Next definition is symmetric relation. A relation R on a set A is called symmetric relation if A related to B implies B related to A. So that means whenever A is related to B, then you can get B is related to A. That means whenever A comma B, the ordered pair A comma B is an element of that relation, then you can see this B comma A is also an element of that relation. So then for all pair A comma B belongs to A. So this is the definition of symmetric relation. And next we define transitive relation. Transitive relation R on a set A is called transitive if A related to B and B related to C implies A related to C for all A comma B comma C belongs to A. So this is the definition of transitive relation. Now we can define equivalence relation. A relation is said to be a relation on A is said to be equivalence if that relation should be reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. A relation R on set A is called equivalence if it is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. These are some important definitions we need to revise. So please try to find out examples for all of these definitions, and after that we can move on to the next chapter, that is the definitions of group and the basic ideas of some basic entities to define the group structure. Okay, so the next class we will discuss those things. Thank you.